Please welcome AADR President-elect Jacques Eduardo Nör with a Member-Centric Association.
Good evening. Robert Greenleaf coined the term servant leadership to characterize leaders who focus primarily on the growth and well-being of people in the communities to which they belong. He then expanded this definition to propose that institutions could exert a stronger and a more sustained impact on society if they incorporate concepts of servant leadership. Greenleaf stated, and I quote here, "If a better society is to be built, one that is more just and more loving, one that provides greater creative opportunities for its people, then the most open course is to raise both the capacity to serve and the performance as servant of existing major institutions." Within the servant leadership paradigm, membership organizations should constantly ask themselves, how can we best serve our members? Is the mission of our organization aligned with the needs and expectations of our members? Simply put, members matter. To answer these questions, the AADR promoted a dialogue with its members, performed membership surveys, and concluded that it was time to act. It became clear that to fulfill our expanding mission, we should rethink how we could better serve our dynamic, diverse, and interdisciplinary mix of researchers in the 2020 decade and beyond. As a result, the AADR developed a strategic vision that was named Science First, that proposes to expand the spectrum of our membership by developing initiatives that enhance the breadth and depth of the science presented in our meetings and published in our journals. Within the context of Science First, it became apparent that our name, American Association for Dental Research, is perhaps no longer ideal to represent the full spectrum of our science. In response to a membership vote, a decision was made to expand our name by incorporating two new terms, oral and craniofacial, with the goal of better representing the breadth of the science performed by our members. As such, starting at the conclusion of this meeting, our new name will be American Association for Dental, Oral, and Craniofacial Research, AADOCR. While recognizing that our name may not be a consensus across all our members, AADOCR is the name that received the most votes. As such, it's time to embrace the expansion of our name and move forward. While the name change is an important initiative, Science First demands a reflection about strategies to increase the value of the organization. The consulting firm McKinsey Advisors recently published the results of a survey of 11 successful organizations entitled The DNA of Top-Performing Member Organizations. They concluded that successful organizations share three common characteristics: grounded in member service, leadership in action, and strategy drives success. Informed by this report and inspired by the Greenleaf's paradigm, one could envision our association functioning as a servant institution, an association whose gestalt enables an inclusive and diverse membership to promote oral health through discovery and dissemination of research at a very, very high level. A successful organization understands that the leadership is at the service of its members, not the other way around. Focus on service starts with an open two-way dialogue between members and leadership. This includes opening channels for dialogue through member engagement at all levels, where scientific groups and local regional sections play major roles. Supporting nimble governance structures enables more timely responses to membership needs and expectations. Within the culture of servant leadership, leaders commit to serving through actions that benefit others. I believe an excellent example of leadership in action is the program entitled Mentoring an Inclusive Network for a Diverse Workforce of the Future, the Mind the Future program that was recently funded by the NIDCR. The AADR leaders Effie Ionido, David Drake, and Chris Fox developed this 5-year project to establish a mentoring network that will support a diverse pool of early career investigators. This program is an example of leaders who back their words with action. Continued emphasis on this type of initiatives will further enhance the value of our membership. A successful organization is also strategic and constantly looks at ways to improve the services provided to its members. As research is data-driven, decisions made by the association should also be informed by robust data and unbiased interpretation of results. Intentional collection of data reflecting membership trends and needs should provide a rationale for initiatives that enhance the service and the value of the association. Data should inform day-to-day work at the organization to maximize efficiencies and eliminate redundancies. The collection and analysis of data should be frequent, disciplined, and intentional. Strategic planning and transformation of plans into action should be so prevalent and natural that it becomes embedded into the fabric of our association. And finally, one cannot finish a presentation in 2021 without talking about COVID. The suffering and tragic loss of life due to COVID has touched millions of people in the United States and around the world. And it has touched us in unequal ways, as underserved communities have taken the hardest hit. It makes us reflect on the fragility of life and on the need for personal and societal humility. However, in the middle of such tragedy, one can clearly see many silver linings. The unprecedented pace of development of anti-COVID vaccines showed to us the tangible ways that research has on our daily lives. IADR-funded research enhanced our understanding of the biology of COVID and accelerated the development of preventive and treatment strategies. The IADR and AADR members have also contributed to developing approaches to provide safe care to patients and dental clinics. Through online seminars, symposia, and publications in our journals and websites, the AADR is serving its members by providing the most updated information on COVID. When science finally eliminates the COVID threat and life becomes normal again, we will have learned a lot from these challenging times. So I really firmly believe that the future is very, very bright. In closing, I'm truly honored for being trusted to serve as president of our association. I want to thank my wife, Sylvia, and my son, Lucas, for inspiring me every day to be a better person. Without their unconditional support and love, I would not be here today. I want also to thank my parents, Claudina and Ilse Nör. Even though they only had elementary school and minimal financial resources, they understood that education was the path to enable us to contribute to society. They gave to my siblings and to me what they didn't have for themselves. And for that, I will always be very thankful. I also want to thank Chris Fox and the staff at the IADR headquarters who did a terrific job organizing this meeting and shepherding our association through very, very challenging times. And finally, I would like to thank every one of you, member of the AADR. You enrich our association with your science, your wisdom, and your volunteer work every day. The AADR would not exist without you. The AADR will always be here to serve you. Thank you.